Alright, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from RaR Brewing, and they're out of Cambridge, Maryland, and this is their out of order, the Cini-Mini Milk variant. So this is an American sour, and on the side of the label it says brewed with copious amounts of cinnamon, CTC cereal, which is Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, pastry cream, and lactose. It comes in at 5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is just over 2 months old, and I picked this one up at Halftime Beverage via halftimebeverage.com. So in the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did. It contains all the goodies that I grabbed, and I picked up 31 different beers, and 10 of those was actually a mixed 10-pack of RaR offerings. There was 1 pastry stout, 3 hop-forward beers, and then 6 beers within this out-of-order pastry sour series. And all of the beers are trying to mimic a popular cereal here in the US. And this is the first of the bunch. Now, for you beer purists out there, this is probably not going to be a review for you because this is going to be a beer. It's actually a beer. It's a sour ale base, but then with everything going on with this beer, it's not going to taste like one. It's definitely not going to look like one. On Untapped, I saw pictures of this. It just looks like eggnog or like a whole milk or something. It looks wild. And they're trying to obviously mimic Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, which when I was growing up, that was one of my goats. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. Even the French toast one that came out when I got older as a later teen was fantastic as well, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch will always be one of my favorite. So I had to try this one out first. I have 5 others that I will review probably once a week or maybe once every other week, something like that. I'll get to them over the next couple months, but I wanted to start with this one. Also, shout out to a friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Haste, who has been wanting me to review some of these beers. I finally picked them up, and he did say don't expect these to drink exactly like those cereals in sour ale form, and I didn't think that. He said some of them have like a yogurty feel and whatnot, and that's what I figured that these are most likely going to be. They're all around going to be around 2 to 3 months old, which should be fine. I have kept them cold. Hopefully Halftime Beverage did as well. I've only reviewed one other out of order series beers. It was their grape cotton candy variant, and that was many years ago, and it was awesome. It tasted wild, but didn't taste like beer. So I'm going to crack this one open. Hopefully it doesn't spew everywhere. These can undergo secondary fermentation, and this one did. So that's great. And of course, I didn't grab my paper towels because I'm an idiot. But they're off camera, so I will try to grab them if I can here momentarily. Because I do, this, figured this would happen. So they're off camera here on my other thing here, and look, got a whole, now I didn't pour this poorly, it just spilled everywhere because it started gushing out of the can. So I'm gonna have to make sure I have those ready for the rest of them. I'm just gonna leave all this in because this is the good stuff, right? Let me just wipe this down. Like I said, it looks like eggnog or something. You'll see it. Yeah, this is gross. Ugh. It smells awesome in here. It does smell like the remaining remnants of Cinnamon Toast Crunch when you get done, and there's just nothing but the milk remaining. And it's kind of what I thought it'd be. All right, let me wipe down this can here, and we'll put it on the thing. But this is pretty gross here. With all of the pastry cream and lactose and stuff, it's going to be probably quite sticky. So we'll throw this over here like that so you guys can see it. I'm going to try to wipe this down, and then after the review, I'm going to have to actually wash the tabletop. I usually do it every couple days after I review anyway, so not a big deal. All right, we should be fine. We'll just put this off camera over here. And yeah, all right, so what does this look like? Like I said, it looks like leftover milk. This is probably not going to go well on my camera because it's so white. But yeah, it looks like eggnog, looks like whole milk. Has like this, on camera it has like almost a grayish tinge. In person, it just looks like almost like you dumped a bunch of cinnamon in it. That's kind of what it looks like. Doesn't look like beer because it probably isn't going to taste like beer. But yeah, it's very milky looking. Yeah, some people come to this and be, what are we doing with beer? I get it. A lot of people love these beers though. That's why they're popular. So to each their own. Anyway, nose. It literally smells like... It smells like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. After you've consumed the actual cereal and you're going to drink the rest of the milk, that's exactly what it smells like. Cinnamon, cereal grain, milk, or you could say like more of like a whole milk, Or if you've ever had like, picture this, picture different kinds of, you know how obviously everybody knows the chocolate milk and strawberry milk, and there's a local dairy farm here that does like blueberry milk. They've done coffee milk, cookies and cream milk. If they decided to do cinnamon toast crunch milk, that's what this would smell like. But it's 5%, and it's supposedly an American sour. It doesn't smell like anything else. It smells super sweet, like, you know, milk would after, you know, getting done eating cereal. And it has no redeeming qualities as far as a beer goes. But I kind of knew that going in, so I'm not going to knock it and be like, oh, I can't believe this doesn't smell like beer. I knew it was not going to smell like beer. It smells pretty delicious, though. This is definitely a dessert beer through and through. Cheers, everyone. All right, so I see where, okay, actually, all right. Listen, you want to turn off this review because what I'm going to say sounds incredibly dumb. I understand. I understand. This is actually really nice in a strange way. It's almost like instead of drinking the remaining milk after eating a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it's like they took that flavor and put it in a yogurt. So they have all kinds of different yogurts now, but if they have a yogurt that's like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavor or like a cinnamon flavor, that's what I'm drinking. There is a tartness. It's not sour, but it's tart. And it's not sickly sweet. I thought this would be over the top sickly sweet. Buying this is full because it is reminiscent of not quite a yogurt, but say like whole milk. So it's a thickness. The mouthfeel, very little carbonation, if any at all. It definitely drinks like a yogurt drink. That's kind of the body mouthfeel. So it's smooth. It's really creamy. I mean, that's what you kind of, just look at the fucking thing. Like, of course, it's going to be soft, smooth, and creamy. That's what this looks like. It's going to be thick, so full-bodied. The taste is not as complex as I thought it was going to be, but it's also not as sickly sweet as I thought it was going to be, which is a win for this. Because I came into this one, again, I don't come into beers with a bunch of expectations. I come in with a clean slate. I want to give you guys my honest, visceral reaction of what I'm drinking. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. I've had one other out of order series, that grape cotton candy beer, and that was delicious. I knew these wouldn't taste like beer, but this is actually exceeding my expectations based on preconceived notions of the other beer I had and kind of what I know about the series. This is not a beer that's going to hit you front to back. I mean, like stages. This is front to back. The remaining milk from a Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal session. Sometimes you'd put a little, you eat your bowl and then you're like, I gotta have a little bit more and put it back in. It's like if it was saturated with a couple different pours of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But then, on the finish for me, I get a nice pop of tartness. There's almost a slight acidity here. It's not sour, which is good because it almost, I think if this was sour, it would give me like sour milk vibes, which is obviously a no-no. But this is more akin to the yogurt-based drinks that you get, or like yogurt that you could drink out of like a pouch that's, very yogurt-esque, but still a little bit thinner. That's kind of what this is, but it has a cinnamon flavor to it, a little bit of like that cereal grain, and that's it. It's really good. It's actually quite tasty. I like this. However, am I buying entire 4-packs to house myself? Definitely not. I'm one and done with this one, and we'll see if I end up finishing it, but I think I'm going to. The calories on this is probably like 500-600 calories, I'd assume. It's probably very high. But at the same time, it's very drinkable because of that tartness and the fact that it's not overly sweet. So it's not balanced per se because it's still lean sweet, but it's balanced enough to actually be able to drink something like this. So for people who enjoy these types of beverages and you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I would say definitely pick this up if they rebrew it again, or you can still get it on their website or even at the aforementioned Halftime Beverage. However, keep in mind that it drinks more of like a yogurt drink than anything else. And there is definitely a tartness in here, which might throw you off, but this is a sour base. So you got to think that's what it is. Really nice. Yeah, it's like a yogurt-based Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I'm cool with it. So 5%, you can't tell. This doesn't taste like any kind of alcohol. There's no beer properties to this one in terms of what you're tasting. Outside of that tartness, there's no not tasting the malt bill from the sour. Outside of that tartness and a little bit of acidity, that's it. So this is actually nice, a little bit better than I anticipated, and I'm actually happy with this one. I'm going to give it a decent score. Outside of it gushing, which I'm sure all of them going to. I just have to make sure I got paper towels right by me instead of off camera on my other chair over there. I have a chair that I just keep in the corner I got this on it and a couple other things. And usually I grab the paper towels and put them right next to me. Didn't do it this time. That's on me. So out of order, the Cini-Mini Milk variant from RaR. Some people say rare. I'm going to give this a straight 4.25 out of 5. I think it's pretty good. If we're rating this as a strict beer, it's like a negative 300 out of 5. Because it's not really a beer. But, you know, it is a beer. It's one of those things where it's like, you could sit here and argue it's a beer or it's not a beer and doesn't really matter, no. But as a beverage, it's really good. And I enjoy it. I'd say the couple downfalls of this one, or what I want more out of this one, I think I'd want more of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavor, because it's a little bit lacking in the taste compared to the nose. It's still there, but it's very mild. But I think maybe it would be too over the top if they ramped it up a bit. So maybe it makes it a little bit more drinkable. Price point availability, $22 a 4-pack on their website. And I paid $44 for that mixed 10-pack. So I paid essentially $4.40 for that can. So kind of in the realm of what you pay on the website, $5.50 on there, $4.40, you know, talking about $1.10. Would I buy it again at that price point? If I never had it before, sure. I would buy it as a single. If you could get a single of these, I cannot advocate, and I don't give a shit how good this beer is. This is a 5 out of 5. I still couldn't advocate buying an entire 4-pack, but that's how they're sold. So if you do want to try them, you got to buy a 4-pack. I wish on the RaR website they did have mixed packs, so I'd like to try a bunch of different ones, and not, like, if I tried this and it was terrible, I don't want another 3 of them. Like, I don't, you know? So to each their own, but $22 4-pack is kind of the going rate for something like this. And availability, RaR does ship to different states. You can check their website to see if they ship to you, and also check out Halftime Beverage, who gets drops of their stuff. They just actually got a drop of more RaR stuff in the past week at the time I'm reviewing this one. So they do get stuff at Halftime Beverage. Halftime Beverage does ship to a lot of different states. So you can check out their web store. You can check out the RaR web store. Or if you live in and around Cambridge or Maryland. I know other places in the U.S. do get occasional drops of this. So anyway, if you've had this one before, anything from their Out of Order series, post in the comment section. Listen, I know I'm going to get comments where, you know, this isn't beer, what are you doing? Other people saying, I love this, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Always keep this in mind. It doesn't matter if it's a review of this or like a straight Czech Pilsner, it doesn't matter. We all have different palates. Beer is subjective. And whether or not you believe this is beer or not, I don't really care, because I don't care if I even believe it's beer or not. All I'm going to tell you is the base is American sour. It is a beer at the base. Does it taste like one? It does not. And for all 6 of these, they're probably not going to taste like actual beer, but they're a fun, good beverage. And if you like stuff like this, definitely check out the Out of Order series and RaR. And I'm happy I picked up the mixed 4-pack. I'm going to review all of them and drink them all, but will probably take a couple months. Hopefully none of them explode worse than this one. I may open some of them off camera if the can wasn't too tight on this one, but some of them might have like a tight can. So if I realize it's real tight and might explode, I'll open it off camera so I don't have to clean this all the time. Anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Haste. Hopefully you enjoyed the first RaR Out of Order review out of this box. And I started with this one because I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. As I said, it's the GOAT for me, or one of the GOATs. And the other 5, the one I'm most excited for after this, which I will review next, is their the Captain Berry, which is Crunch Berries. I wish they did a Captain Crunch one. I see why they did Crunch Berries, but I love Captain Crunch. I love Crunch Berries. That will be next, and we'll see if it's better than this one. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Be on the lookout for more reviews in the near future, and tomorrow specifically. Until the next one. Cheers.